Another photograph to show Paz later.
Please select a mission.
Proxy war without end. Now this looks like a big mission. The mission zone is very large. It encompasses a number of camps. So eliminate the CFA armoured column assembling to the north of Nova Braga Airport. The column contains many large-scale fighting vehicles. Great stuff. Absolutely great stuff. Not looking forward to this one.
The CFA are gearing up for a large-scale attack against Angola's MPLA government. They're assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport and will be ready to move soon. We've been contracted by the MPLA to put a stop to them. But the civil war will keep burning on, whether we accept this job or not. Another East-West proxy war with the communist MPLA on one side and the capitalist-funded CFA on the other. An endless seesaw of blood and violence played out in the hands of the superpowers. I had my doubts at first, but I think we should take this job. Skullface is gone, but Cypher still remains. Competition with rival PFs will only get more intense. For us to survive, we need to expand our organization and get strong enough that no one can threaten us. So our only option is to fight and grow, and fight and grow.
That's what I've been blooming doing. Growing with FOBs, growing with staff members, growing in terms of our funding. I'm trying my blooming best.
Mission accepted.
Maybe we should give this job to Mosquito. He's a blooming clumsy, klutzy, Rambo-style guy. Matt Boa could make a return, eh?
Heading to Central Africa.
I'm going to plonk myself dead centre in this whole mess. Now, Big Boss is going to veer away from his usual sneaking suit to this battle dress. If we're going to be showing down against heavy armoured vehicles, we need to give ourselves a bit of extra protection. I don't think stealth is going to be as important in this particular session. In terms of weaponry, we're going to swap out the sniper rifle for our CGM multi-warheady homing missile device. I will try to extract as many as I can of these vehicles, but if we have to resort to being or if we have to resort to lethal or to explosive takedowns, this is the best thing for the job. We shall stick with our silenced assault rifle, our Burkhoff, and our Hand of Jehuti. Everything else should be pretty much the same. Could almost argue that we might be better off with D. Walker on this one. Also, put D. Walker in. Oh, I haven't got him. He does. Damn it. He does have a rocket launcher available to use, but I haven't put it in any of the settings. But we could have used that perhaps.
Deploying.
Okay, I thought that's DD or Quiet. I don't think going to be massively helpful if we're having to take on armoured vehicles. D Walker would be the best, but I really couldn't be bothered to go and customise, even though it would only take about what 30 seconds. So we'll try with DD just to mark the things, and we'll see how it goes. But there's also a set of anti-personal and anti-vehicle mines that I could have developed that I haven't developed. They might be useful as well.
The CFA are assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport. Your job is to wipe them out. Listen to the tape for the contract details. Just be aware that the column's commander served with 5 Commando and later made a name for himself in South Africa's 32 Battalion. He's a hardened veteran, so don't take him lightly. Boss, I have a report from the intel team. The targets are now on the move. I've sent their predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map.
Be careful down there, boss.
The map has been updated.
That's a target gunship. The enemy has a clear view up there. If they spot you, you'll have a hard time losing them. I'd be careful about getting too close. That's a target tank. It has some serious firepower. Make sure your gear is up to scratch before you duel with that thing.
I don't really intend to listen to every single bloody piece of information there. So it's going to be best for us to take down these things before they get anywhere near
Marker placed.
mustering. Got 2 things coming down the road here. See if we can get them to stop. If we can't, we're going to have to use this. Yeah, those anti-vehicle mines would have been really useful. Could just put them in the road, really, couldn't we? Had them blow up these tanks. Because I don't think we can extract them unless they stop. If they keep moving, look at that. They're not stopping for anything. They just run over a damn sheep, for God's sake. Okay, forget this.
The map
Boss,
has been
we have your target. Check your iDroid for the details. Good work.
Got him. One coming here. Forget extracting them. If they ain't stopping, neither am I.
presence detected. The
Get them
map
blown
has
up.
been updated.
Get them taken down, and let's get the hell out. Oh, this is a tank. This is a tank. Is it?
Nice work, boss. The targets are almost history.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 2 rockets. Could do with perhaps. Could do with a supply drop. Where's this guy going? Predicted route. Will 2 rockets be enough to take that thing down?
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Right, it's stopped. You can extract this when it's stopped. Although, oh, he's turned his back. Good timing, buddy. Good timing.
Just 1 target left.
The chopper. Ah! Not a problem.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Here it comes. Here it comes. It's not in range. It's not in range. It's not in range.
That's an enemy gunship. Don't try to take down a gunship from the front. You won't win in a head-to-head shootout. Try to get behind it and take it down with missiles.
Ocelot, you're talking to me like I'm some kind of new, fresh recruit from the academy here. Did I hit him or what? Holy cow!
That's the way.
See ya!
That's it. You've made it out of the hot zone.
Info
No sign of the
explosions
enemy.
at hot zone.
Mission complete, boss.
Wow. That was swift. Quite enjoyable.
Amazing. Mission complete. That right there is why you're the best, boss. The one and only.
Yes! Bing bing! Oh yes, we've got the hamburgers of Miller Part 4.
Boss, as we suspected, the mastermind behind the kid's escape was Eli. It's hard to believe, but apparently he'd been plotting an armed uprising against us. He could be hiding something else too. Ocelot's gonna press him for answers. Get back here as quick as you can.
Oh, you got it. I need to teach this kid some manners.
Where is
I told you, your father's not here.
he? They're back.
Yes, they're back. But don't get any bright ideas. Your quarters are under full surveillance. Your weapons privileges have been suspended. No more uprisings for you. Did you really think it would be that easy, Commander? You'll get your boys back. Hell, even see the boss too.
But first, I need to know what you sent them to do
They wanted to leave.
to their homelands.
They wanted to go home. That's all.
So they were just homesick then.
Not quite. Militia warlords, PFs, the armies that murdered their families. Cousins, brothers, parents. They all had someone they wanted to kill. I told them, last chance to face the world with no regrets.
Last chance.
You better be ready for your drag back here. Ready to face the world as enemies.
No!
I'm not like you! Goodbye, Father. I don't need you anymore.
grief.
Was Ralph really an accident? Or did Eli just rig it to stir up the boys? Either way, he had to have been planning for this all along. Bidding farewell to the world.
Good riddance. Solid, liquid, solidus, psycho, praying mantis. I think this is their way of confirming who these people are, but of course we already know who they are.
Boss, we're looking for the kids and Sahelanthropus, but there's still no sign of them. We don't know if the chopper pilot is alive either. What have we gone and put in the hands of those kids? We don't know how bad this is until we find them. Also, regarding our concerns about Eli, I finished looking into whether or not he's a product of that project. I have an answer. I put it on tape. Give it a listen.
Right, well, we're back on Mother Base. We're going to speak
I've
with
updated the
Paz.
mission list. We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid.
And listen to the rest of those tapes. And just take stock of what the hell just happened. Never underestimate children, folks. Never underestimate children.
Please select a delivery point.
Yes, right, love, you salute me when I walk past. I'm just joking, of course. Ah, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Boss, let's develop something.
Kind of weird seeing Big Boss parading around in this heavy suit.
Oh, Snake!
Hello. Got another picture for you.
What is it, Snake? Gallo Pinto!
Gallo Pinto.
Amanda and I taught Cecile how to make it. She picked it up so fast. I was really surprised. I guess Parisians have cooking in the blood. Are Cecile and Amanda doing okay? I wonder why they haven't visited.
Probably because you get a lot of headaches.
Ugh. My head.
Speaking of which...
Hurts.
Okay. Shall I leave you in peace? Yeah. Right, we're going to go back to the ACC, and then we've got quite a few cassette tapes to listen to. I'm not going to listen to every single one, but I'm going to listen to the ones that seem to be quite pertinent to the story, or the ones that I know I'm going to have a chuckle to, like the burgers of Miller, for instance.
Please select a landing zone.
Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
hijacking Sahelanthropus. We know how he got it moving. It was Emmerich. He used the kids in the staff living quarters to carry out his repairs. We got the details on tape. You're gonna want to hear this.
No, this Emmerich fella is more trouble than he's worth. The little weasel that he is. He really is. God. We should deal with him. He's a little worm, isn't he? Just a little worm. Because it's kind of weird because Otacon was such a nice guy, and you know, I kind of think when I first found out about Huey in this game, I thought he was going to be sort of the same kind of character, you know, somebody that you like. But he is nothing. He's completely the opposite. He's just such a weasel. Sly. Right, anyway. Just take a quick look at the missions. We have Extreme, Metallic Archaea. Fight off the Skull's assault on Extreme mode. I had enough frustrations doing this on normal mode without having to subject myself to further horrors. I think I'll pass, thank you very much. But considering there's no main missions available, there must be at least any important side ops available. Otherwise, what are we supposed to do next? No. No missions available. There's another Wandering Mother Base soldier, which we'll do at the start of the next session. But there doesn't appear to be any missions of import available at the moment, so maybe they might trigger if we listen to some of the tapes. Okay. Oh, I love it. I love it. Questioning Huey, part 4. Go on then.
What was your goal in having the children repair Sahelanthropus?
I just answered their questions. I had no idea they would actually try to fix it. I mean, can you imagine a child piloting it?
Oh, sure. Easily.
It wouldn't work.
Well, I bet it's just like riding a bike.
I said it didn't work.
Who did you try?
I didn't.
Did you put your son in it?
We never did that.
His name was, Hal, wasn't it? I thought you said you never saw his face. But you made him pilot Sahelanthropus. You used him in your experiments.
He wanted to get in.
Oh, more lies. More lies.
Such a short time we had.
So he was with you.
We were happy.
You're still happy now. Changing your lies to suit the listener and getting by slipping through the cracks. Building layer upon layer of convenient stories until nothing means anything to you anymore. You're happy all the time because you don't even notice you're doing it. Think hard. Who are you really? You're not a victim, and you're not the silent majority. You're a perpetrator and a petty hypocrite. The real world doesn't make you suffer. It's the other way around.
Development complete.
Well, that confirms what I was just explaining. Utter snake in the grass that he is. Lies upon lies.
Boss, we've got the results of Eli's genetic tests. We can finally put this worry behind us.
We used the PCR technique and conducted DNA fingerprinting of the copied DNA sequences. Neither is mainstream science yet, but the concepts and procedures are sound. Both tests say there is 0% chance that the two of you are blood relatives, meaning the results are negative. He's not your son, nor is he your clone. He's just another person.
It was 12 years ago that Zero made plans to clone you. Eli's age and appearance certainly are a good fit. I admit the first time I saw him I did a double take, but it looks like we were worried for nothing. Eli isn't your clone, though you might still have one somewhere out there.
But if Eli isn't the boss's clone,
Why does he seem so obsessed with him? Not to mention having one hell of an attitude for his age.
I don't know. Learning the truth about himself, cursing the fact he's a clone, bearing a grudge against selfish adults, and coming to hate who he was cloned from. Big boss. If that were really the case, I could understand it. I might even feel a bit sorry for him. But no clone could have a totally different DNA fingerprint. And the test left no room for error. You yourself were there when we drew Eli's blood sample.
Come to think of it, when we went to OKB-0, he'd snuck onto a chopper and was there.
Yeah.
He was acting strange even then. Or actually from a little before that time.
That was exactly when we began these tests.
Maybe he suspected something when we drew the sample, not knowing what we were doing to him, and becoming mistrustful of us.
Hard to say. Eli's had an attitude problem from day one.
So what is he then?
Well, if he's gonna tell us that himself, we'll need to get him to open up more first.
Are you sure? That puts a spanner in the works a little bit. Hello, who is he? Who is the little shit? Pardon my French.
You know, when you brought back all the child soldiers who escaped, Eli knew they'd returned. Needless to say, nobody said a word to him.
I guess they got a message to him somehow.
Eli wasn't put in a corner in timeout. He was locked up in that room, completely cut off from the outside world.
Then how'd he find out?
It's only one possibility I can think of. The Soviet Union has been researching military applications for psi phenomena.
Psi?
Things like psychokinesis and ESP, extrasensory perception.
You mean moving objects without touching them? Knowing what card somebody's holding up? Psychic powers? Come on. I thought that was just another bunch of disinformation aimed at the West.
Just bear with me a second. One type of ESP is telepathy. It's the ability to know another person's thoughts through non-verbal means.
You're saying Eli read our minds?
It's the only idea that doesn't involve someone getting to him.
Ocelot.
Look, psi research isn't some hocus pocus. It's all evidence-based, scientific...
There's gotta be another explanation. Maybe one of the kids stuck a note to your back.
I hope that's the case. But I am convinced that they have, or Eli has, a connection to some force we have yet to identify. You better watch yourself, boss.
How am I supposed to do that?
If he is depending on something for help, well, that's his Achilles heel. If you can figure out what that something is, you might be able to use it against him.
I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, and the medical team is looking after the kids left on Mother Base. For the moment, they don't seem too panicked. But boss, get this. Eli got those kids to plot their armed uprising as a diversion. Also, he could steal Sahelanthropus and escape. That brat got us good. Set us up and knocked us down. And then there's that mystery kid who was with Eli. With those two working together, I'd say things won't be over for a long time yet.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Right, we'll listen to the last main cassette tape.
Skullface, real name unknown. Born in Hungary, more specifically northern Transylvania, after it reverted to Hungary from Romania. While he was young, the country allied with Germany as part of the Axis powers, but later during the war, it came under Soviet occupation. The Hungarians struggled for independence, but the Soviets came down. Hard. Just like he said, time and again the country was ruled by a foreign tongue. When he was a young boy, he lost his native language, the bedrock for any developing child. His country, his family, his face, his identity, everything was stolen from him. All he had left was his skull. Skullface first tried his hand at espionage during all the chaos from the war. Agents, military officials, and soldiers who operated out of Hungary during the war vanished over the course of several months. This Soviet spy hunt rocked the counter-intel world. Mysterious fatal illnesses, accidental deaths, drownings, people having strokes behind closed doors. Just like Stalin, no one knew who was behind it. But all you need to do was look for who had the motive. They were all taken out by a man without a face. And now we've got an idea of how he did it too. He'd gotten revenge for his people, but he wasn't finished. Skullface defected to the west, eventually ended up with the SAS. That's where he met Zero. It's possible he began planning this whole thing back then. It's hard to say. In any case, Zero made him his XO. He always did have a thing for oddballs. But this one was set to lead a unit no one else would know about. When Zero created Fox, he also formed XOF as a support team. An unconventional special forces unit designed to support Fox, make it stronger, with Skullface given the orders. Zero never even told the boss about it, nor the CIA, naturally. If Fox was Zero's silver bullet, XOF was the recoil when he pulled the trigger, just like Newton's third law. While you were with Fox, Skullface was operating behind the scenes, sometimes as your backup, sometimes as a mole or a scout, sometimes as your cleanup crew. Fox's tail, making sure the mission succeeded and that you survived. We only have his word to go on, but Skullface's goal was revenge against those who'd use language to subjugate people. Those corrupting a people's identity by forcing a new tongue on them. Those using the power of language to control information. Naturally, that set his sights on Zero. To Zero, English was simply the most convenient code. But to Skullface, English was a parasite. And by eradicating it, he'd stop the world from being eaten away. If that didn't work, he was ready to see the world scorched by nuclear fire. To save language, culture, and race from annihilation, he was willing to overstep the hands of the doomsday clock. That is, of course, if you believe anything he had to say.
Alright. And okay, so the last two cassettes are of particular interest really. These are the more light-hearted ones, so we'll start with Paz's Diary Part 3 and we'll finish of course with the rather humorous hamburgers of Kazuhira Miller Part 4. Has he perfected the burger yet?
So, as if putting me on stage to sing was not enough, Miller even expected me to write the lyrics. He even said he had thought of the title already. Love Deterrence. As if he had done the hard part. Deterrence, love, deterrence? Deterrence it is when nuclear weapons prevent war, right? I do not see how love fits in. But it was too late to complain, so I just sat and listened to the tape of Miller's backing guitar and the professor's melody over and over again. I guess the melody is more Professor Galvez's creation than Miller's, but on the whole I think it is actually a good song. First, it goes for your heart with a sorrowful opening, but then you feel revitalized as the song goes on. Miller grew up in post-war Japan. Maybe that is why the song has that kind of balance. Long ago, I heard some Japanese music called enka, I think. It sounded this way, but I wonder why it has to sound sad in the first place. Miller called it Love Deterrence. Doesn't that mean he had a love song in mind? All I see of Miller and women is the way he fools around with a lot of them at once. But maybe he has had his heart broken too. And what about me? I found myself thinking about Chico and Snake as well. I know Chico has a crush on me, so naturally he should come to mind. But why Snake? He saved me, and I feel indebted to him. But I thought that was all he meant to me. Why does my heart flutter when I think of him? It is embarrassing to be unable to control this emotion. There has to be a way to suppress it, to forget it. But maybe that is what love deterrence is? With that thought in mind, I went to my desk and began to write and write. Just 3 days left until Peace Day.
The
Time to shine,
ultimate
old-timer. It
hamburger.
is complete.
I had our best and brightest working overtime, fine-tuning the greatest burger the world has ever known. I call it the chemical burger. What on earth is that color? Now, don't judge a burger by its color. Go on, try it.
I am not very hungry.
What? Oh, I get it. Now, sure, it's loaded with additives, but each one's been approved by the WHO for human consumption. Come on, one little bite's not gonna kill you.
Are you sure of that? Fine.
Who's liking it?
Well, what do you think?
It's
Good. Very good.
It is perfect.
Right? Right?
This takes me back to the taste of my youth. The neon signs on the Mother Road. Oh, I can see them now.
So, what do you think of our signs now? And it doesn't just taste great. You won't believe how cheap it is to make. And because it's pumped up with preservatives, it won't spoil easily in regions lacking refrigerated storage or transportation infrastructure. This bad boy could even solve Africa's hunger problem.
Excuse me?
People will no longer fight over food or find reason to hate one another. Mankind will come together, reunited between these fluffy buns. Forget Pax Americana. Say hello to Pax Hamburgana.
Pax Hamburgana.
Skullface thought that destruction was the way to free the peoples of the world from American imperialism. But this is different. Tackling something head-on just makes for more conflict. Only by uniting the world can its various inhabitants truly become free. Having lived as an American parasite as long as I have, I know what I'm talking about. The chemical burger is poised to be the greatest liberating force the world has ever known.
An ethnic liberator. Burger.
Now all I need is a better brand image, starting with a name. I gotta run, old-timer. I'll catch you later.
There's got to be another follow-up to this, please. The ultimate hamburger. Oh wow, tastes good. I had a double cheeseburger with bacon in yesterday for my tea. Very delicious. So I won't be having a hamburger tonight, as much as my mouth is now watering after that cassette tape. Okay, so we're in a bit of a quandary here.
Please select a mission.
There are no main missions that I can see that progress the story. There are no important side ops that I can see that progress the story. So, where do we go from here? I got a feeling we might need to complete some more side ops, possibly. Maybe we need to return to Mother Base.
Please select a landing zone.
Try that first. But otherwise, I'll end the session here. And you can join me next time when I've figured out exactly how I progress things. So until then...
Boss, I've updated the mission list. We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid.
Have we? Let me look! God damn it! Let me look!
Development project has been added. Please specify a project.
Right, so apparently the mission list has been updated. Greetings, soldiers, greetings, salutations.
Please select a mission.
No, still nothing. Okay, well I'll potter about and do some research, etc. Join me next time. See you soon.